All right, good morning, boys, and what is up? I did oversleep, sadly, which actually sucks. I think it actually ended up getting us a better trade, though it worked out in our favor. As you could tell, I lost my voice. Um, I don't know if I'm sick, whatever it is. Either way, pretty good trading day. We made a good amount of money today. We made $900 across all five of our top step accounts. We made $450 across all five of our funded next accounts right after taking a payout. So we withdrew 1.2K yesterday, left ourselves a buffer, and then now we just withdrew another, or sorry, now we just made another $450. So to follow consistency, I believe I'm just going to have to make $1,125 over the next three trading days. So just like three $400 days, basically. To take another $6,000 payout with funded next. And I did end up making $1.7 thousand on my live account with Lucid. And well, I'm sick. Lucid has this really cool feature where on the live account, if you build your buffer, you get rewarded. So when you make $2,100 on Lucid, what they do with the live program is they reward you and pay you $2,000. Right? I guess that's their way of compensating you for moving you to live. Because when they move you to live, they move you to live with $0. They give you a $2,000 drawdown on a live account, but it's not like a $2,000 balance where you can make money over it and withdraw. It's literally an account with $0, and it could go negative 2,000, but that's it. After that, the live account gets blown. So they have a system in place where if you make $2,000, they reward you for it. Holy diddy can't load it downside. Which I think is cool from Lucid, but I'm gonna go over the trade recap. But yeah, the Lucid live account is gonna be my priority next week. Just taking daily payouts from that is gonna be stupid, and funded next as well. Top Step is so Jewish. Oh my god, Top Step is so Jewish. They literally like daily loss limit and consistency rule. Like, are we being so serious right now, bro? You know how hard it is to meet consistency when you have a daily loss limit that matches your biggest winning day. I have to make $2,800 to match, or $2,700 to match consistency, and my account balance is like 2.5. So hopefully I can make $100 on Sunday night or Monday open. Right? Enough yapping. Let's get into the trade recap. That's what you guys are here to do. So obviously I was wrong about my weekly bias because my weekly bias was bullish. I wanted us to tap into this monthly gap and just displace higher off that. We did originally displace higher for a very good amount of time, and then we ended up tapping this daily and pushing lower. Now let's get into what happened once we tapped that daily, right? Well, that's the thing here. That's kind of crazy. All right, let's get into this recap real quick. On the 4-hour time frame, we have this 4-hour gap. We have this 4-hour breaker. What does price do? We just completely invalidate it. When price inverse is here, it's kind of like a dead giveaway. Like, all right, you know what? Like, we're probably just going to push lower now. And that's what we did. We pushed lower off that. I was still bullish at this point in time because of the SMT we had in place. But when price just disrespected the SMT and kept pushing lower, I was like, all right, you know what? Fade this. I'm not going to be married to a bullish bias if price is just dumping, right? And we kind of got that confirmation here at 8 a.m. This bearish closure was like, all right, you know what? We're actually bearish now. We have these lows here. Very obvious. Check the 15-minute time frame. Okay, we have a 15-minute gap. Very obvious. And we have this 15-minute breaker block that we tapped into as well. So price looks so nice for shorts pre-market. I would have shorted 929 and lost. I would have dead-ass price shorted here. Like, this just looks so good. This short looked way too good not to play out. I don't understand why it didn't either. I really don't understand why 930 had to come and sweep these highs. I guess we didn't tap that breaker block originally, but... Oh, did we have news at 8:30? That's just a big candle. Okay. But as you can see, price just kind of manipulated what we would have taken. So it's really good that we didn't trade pre-market. That was my sign from God waking up late. Resweep that high. We get a displacement lower right around here. This probably would have been my entry. Here stops above this. and TP here, right? And then you could have break even at this low. This was a beautiful trade. Or if you wanted an internal setup, I'm sure there was a 30-second that you could have taken as well. Nope. 30-second also closed like shit. You could have taken this if you wanted to retrace. So this was a good short, and this was a good short. It really depends where you wanted your stop loss to be at and what you were comfortable risking. You could have de-risked and entered in early, or you could have risked heavier off this retrace with a tighter stop loss. So this actually would have been a much better trade. That second 30-second was really clean. You wait for that 1 minute reaction. Enter off there, stop loss there. TP here for a 1 to 2. This is a beautiful short. I woke up at 10 a.m. So I woke up here. I was just waiting for a retrace, and we ended up grabbing our high to low. We beautifully respected our golden range. And let's get rid of this gap. Let's get rid of this line. We have a new low in place, and we have a 5-minute gap. So now we know, all right, price is respecting a 5-minute bearish gap in OT of the range. Let me get a displacement lower. We got our displacement lower. That was my entry. I literally exited the second price. I was in 1 mini on all my accounts. That's how I made 1.6 on, what's it called? I think I got a better fill on Lucid. Oh, here. That's how I made 1.6 on Lucid, and that's how I made 450 on Funded Next. I just instantly closed out, like, here, basically, at 20 points. And that's what I'm going to continue to do, probably. Just enter good trades with good size and then exit early. I have a buffer built. I have my size. It's all good. But yeah, boys, this might have been a shorter recap. I apologize for that, but it was a shorter trade. We literally just tapped into OT of the range and pushed lower. Now, even though we swept our external draw, you might be wondering, why would I still short? Simply because A, it's a continuation short. So if we're still bearish, we're going to end up rejecting OTE and a imbalance, which is exactly what happened. And my main reasoning behind it was also ES hasn't swept its objective yet. And I know that's a bullish SMT. But in this scenario, it looks like ES does want to take it out. It's just the lagging indice. There's a difference between an SMT being respected and then SMT being disrespected, right? At this point in time, you could argue that we were respecting it because we were pushing higher, right? And we had clear bullish momentum, right? The second we tapped into OTE, we immediately just shit the bed. That's not a good sign for a reversal. That is a great sign for a continuation lower, right? So we waited for price to respect bearish confluences, even though we had a bullish SMT at our objective, right? And we just ended up entering and holding through it. Beautiful trade. Probably the most amount of money I've made all week in a single trading day, which is pretty sick. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a blessed day, and I'll see you boys tomorrow. Peace out.